When people think of the K-pop industry, they think of attractive Asian men dancing around in glittery costumes. Now, why that's true, that's not always the case. Behind the scenes, there's training, there is starvation, there is constant training, there is neglect for their own selves, where people have even committed suicide because they just do not care anymore and don't want to continue. The K-pop industry isn't what people think it is, and they need a new perspective, and that's what we're going to tell you.
Hi, I'm Ian Paris, freshman contributing writer of the Bugle.
And I'm Taylor Ford, sophomore contributing writer of the Bugle.
Today we'll be discussing a poem by Julia Butler called An Open Letter to the Industry. The poem is about a harsh industry covered up by these performers who people love watching, but really the industry is so different than what everyone thinks it is. To all of the singers, dancers, and rappers, the idol wannabes, if you are one who only wants what glitters and gleams, be prepared for a life of broken, unfulfilled dreams. For the ones who are willing to become trainees, I commend you, but still, there will be no amenities in these music manufacturers called entertainment companies.
This specific type of poem is called a sestina poem, which means that every single word used in a sentence, there are 6 sentences, has to be used in the next stanza. There are 7 stanzas, and the same words have to be used at the end of each stanza. Now, they don't have to be used in the same order, but they do have to be used in the same stanza.
There are some lines that really stand out in the poem. In the second stanza, to future idols to help them wipe their sweat which gleams. The third stanza, sometimes this industry shatters their dreams. The fourth stanza, that is not the reality for many, if any, trainees. The fifth stanza, along with crummy or sketchy or dysfunctional amenities. The sixth stanza, hard work and personalities, and everyone started out as idol wannabes.
So to go into a little bit more detail about the lines which Ian just read off of, the technically second stanza, 4th line, to future idols to help them wipe their sweat which gleams. This is talking about the boss man, like the CEO, like the manager, like the head person or something. They don't really help, they're just kind of like, oh, you do whatever you can to do to be famous, and then we're not really just gonna help you, we're just gonna try to get you there, which isn't really helpful at all. 3rd stanza, 1st line. Sometimes this industry shatters their dreams, which is very true. A lot of the trainees don't make it, and they think that they're going to, and they put in like a lifetime's worth of hard work. They started when they were young, they'd do dancing lessons, they'd do singing lessons, and it just wouldn't work out a lot of the times. 4th stanza, last line. That is not the reality for many, if any, trainees. This is again kind of relating back to the line I also just said for the reality. Like, the reality is not a lot of them are gonna make it, and not a lot of them are gonna be famous. They may try their hardest, they may have a shot, but it just doesn't work out a lot of the time. 5th stanza's 2nd line. Along with crummy or sketchy or dysfunctional amenities. This is going with like kind of the group, which is a better way of understanding it. Like the group, a lot of the times they're like brothers. They're like a whole pack with each other. They're always taking care of each other. But when things don't start going their way, things start becoming dysfunctional, like a broken family. 6th stanza, last line. Hard work and personalities, and everyone started out as idol wannabes. That's very true. The people who are famous now today all started out as idol wannabes. They all wanted to be something. They all tried to be something, and sometimes it worked, but sometimes it didn't work. Last stanza, all of the lines. So regardless if idols started in big or small companies as trainees or idol wannabes, or maybe even both, everyone has a passion that gleams in hard-to-reach dreams. Be cognizant of these features of the Korean pop industry. Music is one of my amenities. This is summing everything up. Their hard work, their broken dreams, they're trying to fit in, they're trying to reach their dreams and working so hard that they nearly kill themselves or everyone around them. This is pretty much just summing up what happened through the whole thing.